Hello, everybody, and this is Narendra Kumar. And in the series of A Life of Purpose, we have an essay today, and the essay, a short essay on the topic of ambition. So, ambition, love for a thing, not a person, but a thing is a rare thing. You can love a thing, it is not a career or a profession, but truly, really love. One can be mad about something, one always thinks about it, dreams about it, one is lost in it. Ambition naturally flows from such a person. In fact, his desires are limitless and don't have boundaries. He's really like a person for whom his work is the very meaning, the spring, the source of his life. How does such an ambition come about? What is it about a person who falls in love, becomes mad about something? All great leaders are like that. What drives them? What are they really made of? I have a belief that we were all like that. Look at a child, the way he explores the world, the unshackled brain of his, which absorbs, reacts, feels, the total sensitivity. That is the sheer charm of a young one. I believe there is that thing within us all. Our real self actually wants it, but it is hidden, not known, not tested, not given a chance. We feel at moments we want to do something great, be great. We look at successful people, we admire them, we secretly feel we want to be like that, but we kill it. Why? Because of circumstances, practicality, we say destiny, we say. But the truth is that we know that a limited life, an average job, marriage, kids, whatever everybody does, is not really what we want. We all don't want that. But the problem is, we don't really know what we want. Why? Why don't we know? That's because nothing happened to us in a literal sense. We went through a whole life of learning, school, college, degree, all that, and nothing happened. We learned so many subjects, but none of them excited us because we never understood it in a real sense. Of course, we wrote exams, we finished syllabus, we gathered all the information, but we never understood its meaning, implications, applications. There is no insight. Hence, our spirit is not excited. It's not thrilled, awakened. You understand? It doesn't mean anything to us. We all know that. Why should I learn this? And no answer exists to that important, crucial, life sustaining question. For example, in geography, we learn about, let's say, eclipses. But that phenomenon is not linked to things. It is not made real, wondrous. It's not real. You're not connected to that concept. No photographs are shown of a day becoming night. The reality of the phenomenon is obscured. You don't get the logic at all. It is not seen, it's not felt. But suppose you learn like that, then the learning strikes deep. An indelible impression mixed with feeling, deep feeling of joy is left in the mind and heart. And if this process goes on, you are awakened from your dull and dead, limited and delimited narrow understanding. Then the process goes on. You are released, you become a child again, and you want to know everything and at once. A great leader is one who saw, who felt, who suddenly understood with his own eyes and mind. He suddenly discovered that he really can know. He then feels powerful because he understood. It is his own. It's like a possession. And he feels actually very solemn, very precious about it. To know is the greatest thing, to really know. To love learning is the essence and core of life. To love learning is also to try out things, to use that learning. To know is at once to see its applications, and then they are infinite. Knowledge, vision, and a lifelong mission are one and inseparable. You see the connection now? To know something and then not to know what to do next is not really to know. You get it? Then one can only go by the fashions of the day. Whatever everybody is getting, the demand and all that. Everybody is going for something, so we go for that. Then one becomes part of the crowd, never having discovered what one really wants, really loves, no meaning, and hence no real precious joy, no quiet silence, no aloneness, no adventure, nothing but a dead routine and a superficial, busy, and active life. To live life, we must wake up and open one's eyes to the world. And once to do that, is to realize a staggering fact: there are 100 things to do, and life is actually infinite. So that completes our video on a short essay on ambition. So this is my thoughts and feelings on ambition. I hope you enjoyed it. This is Narendra Kumar and we are from NRK Academy. Thank you so much.